You gotta do. What's up, fam? I know a lot of people is live right now, but I can't wait too late to come on live because I'll be sleeping. I really wanted to do this live. So I'm gonna wait till a couple of people come in and then I'm gonna wait for some people to get in here and I'm gonna start. If not, they could just catch it later. But I found the paperwork and I wanted to go through the paperwork and I wanted to break it down for everybody. And I also wanted to read these articles that I found. I got to do it early. I can't even worry about um, that too many people is on live because everybody's gonna be live tonight. All about this. This is a big one. This is big. I don't know if it's big to y'all, but it's big to me. Because for this whole year, this circus has been going on, and this guy, FBG Duck, just caught my attention. And I don't know why he caught my attention like this, but he did. And I've just been following this case ever since. But I never expected for it to come out the way that it came out today. It really, really shocked me, even though it shouldn't have, because this has been circulating for a while that these people were involved. But I didn't think it was no truth to it. I didn't know who the heck did it. I didn't know. I just know people was acting kind of weird. There was a lot of stories. But I didn't try to narrow it down or anything. I just knew that one day it would come out sooner or later. And when I saw the feds go into O Block, I was trying to warn people about that because I've seen this happen before and I know how they move. So I was trying to warn people about it, but people didn't get what I was saying. They try to make it seem like when you say things like you're trying to wish something upon people and you're really not. I wish that the time could go back and these kids could be more educated and make different choices. But it's just not that way. No, nevertheless, some of us is out here because we care and we want to see it stop. And some of us is just out here just watching to see what else happens. Either way, it's just something that everybody is looking at. But I'm going to read this first indictment that I found. I'm going to read this article. It says, it's the McHenry County blog, and it says, Feds indict Chicago gangbangers for taking down rapper. 5 alleged street gang members charged with federal racketeering offenses, including murder of Chicago rapper. A federal indictment unsealed today charges 5 alleged members of the O Block Street gang with participating in a criminal organization that murdered a Chicago rapper and violently protected the gang and its territories on the south side of Chicago. The indictment alleges that the O Block gang publicly claimed responsibility for acts of violence in Chicago and used social media and music to increase their criminal enterprise. Now, with that one sentence right there, that just solidifies everything people have been saying, that people were doing too much talking on social media. Because even if you talk about the bloggers, they got their stories from what people were saying that alluded to the fact that it may have something to do with whatever topic they were interested in, or most of the people were interested in at the time. And I'm going to read it again. The indictment alleges that the O Block gang publicly claimed responsibility for acts of violence in Chicago and used social media and music to increase their criminal enterprise. The O Block gang allegedly engaged in numerous acts of violence, including the murder of Carlton Weekly, a Chicago rapper, also known as FBG Duck, on August 4th, 2020. Charged with committing murder in aid of racketeering are Chicago residents Charles Liggins, also known as C. Murder, 30. Kenneth Robertson, also known as Kenny, and Kenny Mack, 28. To Carlos Offord, also known as Los, 30. Christopher Thomas, also known as C-Thing, 22, and Marcus Smart, also known as Muwap, 22. The indictment also charges the defendants with federal firearm violations and assaults in aid of racketeering. Liggins, Oferd, Thomas, and Smart were arrested this morning. And that is Los. Um, Thomas is C-Thing. Smart is Muwap. And Liggins is C Murder. They are scheduled to make initial court appearances today at 2 p.m. before U.S. Magistrate Judge M. David Weissman. Roberson is currently in the custody of the Cook County Department of Corrections. His initial federal court appearance will be scheduled at a later date. I don't know who Roberson is because I didn't see them say, oh, let me see something that they say. Roberson is Kenny Mack. So Kenny Mack is currently in the custody of the Cook County Department of Corrections, and his initial federal court appearance will be scheduled at a later date. The indictment was announced by John R. Lausch, Jr., United States Attorney for the Northern District of Illinois, Emerson Bowie, Jr., Special Agent in charge of the Chicago field of the FBI, and David Brown, Superintendent of the Chicago Police Department. Substantial assistance in the investigation was provided by the Cook County State's Attorney's Office. The government is represented by Assistant U.S. Attorneys Jason A. Julian, Albert Berry III, and Anne Marie Ersme. The public is reminded that an indictment is not evidence of guilt. The defendants are presumed innocent and entitled to a fair trial at which the government has the burden of proving guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. The murder count in the indictment carries a mandatory minimum sentence of life in federal prison and a maximum potential sentence of the death penalty. One of the firearm counts is also punishable by a maximum potential sentence of the death penalty, while the other firearm count is punishable by a mandatory minimum of 10 years and a maximum of life. The assault counts are each punishable by a maximum of 20 years. If convicted, the court must impose reasonable sentences under federal sentencing statutes and the advisory U.S. sentencing guidelines. Okay, let me get back to my StreamYard if I haven't jumped off of it. Hey, Nate. Hey, Miss Red. Hey, Duck Case. Love. So, I just read an article that was pretty detailed regarding this case. If anybody had any questions about what was going on, that article outlines just about everything. They could be charged on several different counts. I also got the paperwork if y'all want me to look at that and kind of pull out some highlights from that. And I'm going to drop the link so Ms. Red could join me if she wants to join me, because we were talking about this earlier. Paste. I'm kind of like, I was on this talking about this earlier today on Duck Case's channel. Because I'm so flabbergasted. Because to be honest with you, what all charges are they facing? I'll read it to you. Boom. I'm gonna read it to you right now. The indictment, they are scheduled, blah, 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 blah. The indictment, they are charged with committing murder in aid of racketeering, federal firearm violations, and assault in aid of racketeering. Those are the charges that I see here in this article. But in the paperwork that you had, peace, Mary Jo, the paperwork that you had earlier today, Duck Case, they were saying that it had that included in that paperwork that there were also drug charges. So, peace, Stephen. So I'm not sure, y'all, if that article included everything. It might have been early in the indictment, and they didn't have enough information when they did that article. But I'm gonna read y'all I'm going to look at this. Let me look at this that was sent to me earlier. We're going to look into this right here. Okay, I'm going to read some of it. Y'all tell me when to stop. United, here it is from the top. United States District Court, Northern District of Illinois, Eastern Division, United States of America versus Charles Liggins, a.k.a. C. Murder, Kenneth Roberson, a.k.a. Kenny and Kenny Mack, to Carlos Oferd, a.k.a. Los, Christopher Thomas, a.k.a. C. Thing, and Marcus Smart, a.k.a. Muwap. The special January 2020 grand jury charges, at times material to this indictment. The defendants and others known and unknown were members and associates of the O Block Street Gang, a criminal organization whose members and associates engaged in acts of violence, including but not limited to acts involving murder and assault, and which operated on the south side of Chicago in the Northern District of Illinois, Eastern Division, and elsewhere. And elsewhere, meaning it wasn't just um, happening in one area, it was happening elsewhere. Elsewhere could be other states also, and other neighborhoods within that area, within Chicago. The O Block Street Gang, including its leadership, membership, and associates, constituted an enterprise as defined in Title 18 United States Code, Section 1959b2, that is, a group of individuals associated in fact which engaged in and the activities of which affected interstate and foreign commerce. So I don't know what that means. Like that they had some type of interference with interstate and foreign commerce. I don't know what that would mean. Trying to finish so I can go up. Okay, I'll be reading this, waiting for you, Queen. I keep losing it. Um, this is count one. That's count one. The O Block Enterprise constituted an ongoing organization whose members functioned as a continuing unit for a common purpose of achieving the objectives of the enterprise. The purposes of the enterprise included, but were not limited to, the following: acquiring, preserving, and protecting power, territory, operations, and proceeds for the enterprise through the use of threats, intimidation, and violence, including but not limited to murder and other acts of violence, and the illegal trafficking and controlled substances. That's where the drug thing came in, that case that you was talking about. Promoting and enhancing the enterprise and its members and associates' activities, including by publicly claiming responsibility for acts of violence committed by the enterprise and taunting rival gang members. Increasing the status of the enterprise through the use of social media platforms and music, and taking steps designed to prevent law enforcement's detection of the enterprise's criminal activities. At times relevant to this indictment, O Block, through its leadership, membership, and associates, engaged in racketeering activity as defined in Title 18. These acts included murder in violation of the laws of the state of Illinois and offenses involving narcotics trafficking. So they're also talking about narcotics trafficking. I'm not sure what they mean by that. I don't know what type of narcotics they're speaking on, because this is the first time I'm ever hearing them involved in any type of narcotics or drug trafficking. For the whole year that I've been listening to all of these bloggers on YouTube, no one that I've ever listened to mentioned anything about them being involved in drug trafficking. So when people are saying that some of these channels are the police and they're divulging information and finding out things they shouldn't be trying to find out, well, the feds were doing their work, because nobody said anything about them selling drugs. This was having anything to do with drug trafficking. This is the first time I'm hearing anything of that. We heard everything else, but we never heard that. And they told you how they found out things and how they investigated. They said through social media, through claiming responsibility for certain acts of crime, through manipulating situations. I got most of my info from the police. Facts. You did get your info from the police. That's a fact, that case. Um, and all of it is outlined in the paperwork. And even if you don't want to go to the paperwork, the articles are outlining taking out a summary of the cases, and they're naming what they're being charged for, and even up to how much time they could get if they're actually found guilty. I know, Nate. I know it is. I know it is. It's just so, I just got a bad feeling. But I was very, very happy for Mama Duck this morning, because I could feel how relieved she was. And I cried this morning. Like, tears came out of my eyes when I was watching her, when I was feeling, because Mama Duck always let us know how she feels. You could tell that she's genuine. She lets you know exactly how she feels. Probably, Matthew, probably. And I felt her this morning when, I wake up, I have my routine that I do. I wake up usually and go on YouTube and try to find like positive, uplifting things for the morning. But when I saw that Mama Duck was live so early, I was like, why is Mama Duck live so early? She don't Something must have went down, because she don't go live so early in the morning like this. And when I heard what she was saying, when she said they got him, I had to like snap myself out of my sleep, but like, because I'm just waking up out of my slumber. Like, is she really saying that they got them? And then she went into detail. And I just did a video to tell everybody that Mama Duck just went live, because I know a lot of people were waiting for this. A lot of people that I've met throughout this journey this year, of since this young man has passed, everybody was wondering who would want to, like, what. I know that he wasn't innocent, and I know that he was involved in whatever he may have been involved in. But he just seemed to be trying to make a change towards the end of what we were seeing of his lifetime. He made a song that was never done in drill music, Chicago Legends. That I never seen anybody shouting out their ops in a song before him. He did a video with um Bo Deal for his campaign that he had to try to stop people from killing innocent people while they're trying to shoot at each other. He did it's like he didn't have to have nobody's permission. He just did what he felt he wanted to do, what he felt was right. And that's what I liked about him. He came out to the whole world to say, look, enough is enough. We don't have to be friends. We don't have to shake hands. But this is going too far. Too much is going on. We trying to make money here. It's going enough now. And let's just be adults now. That's what I got from him. He painted to Carlos of way before this case was solved. The license plates were set on a police scanner. Yeah, they did know, but they were still in the process of doing their investigation. So they weren't going to be telling us every little piece of evidence they got piece by piece when they get it or whatever they discover. They're not going to report that to us. You see, even Mama Duck said, she asked them, could she tell the public now? Could she say something? And they told her yes, and that's when she said something. So, she couldn't speak on it but so much. And neither could they. Because they wanted to dot all their I's and cross their T's. And that's exactly what they did. That case, you really you just enlightened us, as far as putting a little bit more details to the details that were already out there. That's what I seen that you were doing. I guess you had your interest in it just like I did, just like a lot of people that I've met in this year did. They just felt a certain connection to this case and to this young man. And sometimes those type of things can't be explained. Vaughn, the whole world loves Vaughn. The whole world was following Vaughn, but people love Duck too. People cared about Duck too. It's just sad that all of these young men are gone. And if they haven't died, they're in jail, they're going to get football numbers. I know everybody's saying that people are innocent until proven guilty, but the feds are not going to come line everybody up and give them all these charges if they don't have solid proof. The feds don't move like that. If some miracle occurs where they could be freed, I hope if they were responsible, they learned their lesson. It's not up to any of us to take anybody's life unless we're trying to save our own in the process. We don't have the right to take nobody's life because we don't like them or they said something we don't like. Y'all, everybody was doing the same thing to each other. It's not like one side was doing it and the other side wasn't. So nobody, if you can't say nobody's not guilty of anything. Who the ones that are guilty is the ones that put them in these positions. Those are the real guilty ones. Oh, my girlfriend, right now, I may be doing. All right, that case. I mean, come on now. The truth is the truth. Salute, Dubs. The truth is the truth, and we have to be able to differentiate and separate our emotions from the truth. We don't want to see none of us in shackles, and we don't want to see none of us in captivity. But unfortunately, in the system that we live under, shit has been designed, and sometimes we fall into these traps and shit happens. Darren, you could kiss my ass. Okay, cap that shit. Fuck you and kiss my ass. I'm not playing with none of you fucking trolls in here. Don't come in here on that bullshit. I'm not the one. Yeah, these people is dying left and right, and you got these idiots like this guy that just came in here that don't have no type of common sense. How you can't be capping on facts, you dumbass. If you're gonna use slang, use it correctly. Capping is when you making up lies. There's no lies being told on this platform. It's just horrible. It's like watching a nightmare. It's like watching a nightmare. Ain't nobody, I know nobody I spoke to today was happy about anybody having to go to jail, but everybody wanted to know what happened, what the real story was, because everybody was getting blamed. And I kept trying to warn y'all that RICO was coming. I told every fucking time I watched the video, somebody talked about RICO because those people knew what the hell they was talking about. It wasn't because they was wishing that to happen. That's the system that we live on, and it can't be. You can't do nothing to stop it. Y'all can play blind if y'all want to, and keep walking into these situations where you go to jail or you wind up dead. But at some point you got to start using your damn brain. And you can't sugarcoat things for anybody. If we want to save each other, we can't sugarcoat. We got to start seeing things for what it is and stop being emotional. Now, I ain't trying to say much. I'm just talking about the case here that's going on. I don't need to dig any further underneath the blanket and get no details. I'm just trying to explain to y'all how serious this is. And it's not a game because the federal government has this case. It's a Fed case. It's not like a regular state police case. It's not. They are both working together. CPD and the FBI. Yeah, people get mad about the truth. Don't be mad. Be mad at the people that put us in a position to trick us into hating each other for stupid ass reasons. And things like this wind up happening. And people go to jail and people wind up dead. I just don't have no room right now for stupidity and dumbass comments and stupid ass remarks. Because these people are people. They are people with real lives and they live and breathe just like us. And look at the mess that they have been put in. People say people make choices. These were children when they made these choices and got into these things. And I think it's unfair. Who's really supposed to be, who's really to blame for this type of shit happening? Who is to blame? I can imagine. That's common sense, Nate. I can imagine. And all anybody could really do is sit back and wait and see what happens. It's nothing anybody could really do. It went too far. Of course, the system is to blame, Travis. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Y'all be looking and getting angry at the wrong shit. People be getting angry at the wrong things. And that's why we can't find no solutions. I know. But things play out the way they're going to play out. And I told y'all Duck had that 9 ether energy. I told y'all about that 9 ether energy. I told y'all Vaughn had that 9 ether energy. Something had to change. Something had to be flipped upside down in that situation because too much was going on. And that's not the way the natural order of things is supposed to be. That's it. Whether you understand that, whether you know that or not, that's the way it is. What are your thoughts on why do you think the feds took on this particular case? Because they knew that it was more than one crime involved. So usually when it's more than one thing involved, more than one act of a crime involved, they get involved because they have to link all these things together. Just like the hood. Just like oh, here go another dumbass fucking retard. Um just like with the mob, right? With the mob, they couldn't just say they're going to take them down for murder. What they wanted to do was take them down for every criminal activity they were involved in all in one. So that's why they do the RICO charges, because they've discovered while investigating one crime, there was other things involved that they wanted to persecute them for or to indict them for. So that gives you a broader scope and a broader umbrella to take these people in. And they are not going to take you in unless they have enough evidence that they feel is going to you're going to get convicted. Don't even answer them. Don't even answer the retards because they automatically going to be blocked. Like I have two or three. I have one eye on that and one eye on the paperwork. I can see them coming. You think so? You think so, Travis? I didn't know about all that part because I didn't hear about that part. But what you talking about there? You mean, oh shit, Travis. Oh shit, Travis. Yeah, that's Nate's nephew. But damn, it's gonna come out if it's true. It's gonna come out. But let me tell y'all this: if we don't get really down to the root of this, because we already in trouble, we already getting attacked everywhere. If we don't get to the root of this and stop concentrating our anger on each other, okay, it's gonna get nothing but worse. Don't y'all see what's happening in Missouri with the 7 females that were killed in 7 days? 7 black women shot randomly. 2 were prostitutes and 5 were just random black women. They weren't raped, they weren't assaulted, they weren't robbed. They was just murdered, targeted and murdered because they were black women. So there's a whole lot going on that we need to be paying attention to. And we need to be protecting each other and trying to take each other out. The news tried to spin it and make it look like it was a serial killer going after only prostitutes, but it's not. because those other 5 women out of the 7 were not prostitutes. And these are young people talking out on their TikTok and stuff that live in St. Louis that's giving up this information because they said the news is not covering it. So there's a lot going on. Well, I don't know the reasons why, because I don't really go into all of the details of the reasons, because even when we know the reasons, that still doesn't lessen the pain or lessen the fact that we losing all these young boys. What I'm saying, what I'm talking about now is, are we going to keep continuing down on this road? Do you see the indictments that these young men have? That's what I'm discussing on here. All the details, King, I can't get into the details because I wasn't really there. I don't know why they did what they did. I don't know if they say why they did what they did, then we would know. The feds never said that Vaughn killed Jakira. That's what they released in the paper, to the press. They released that to the press, Travis. Peace side. Oh, that was a blogger rumor. Because yes, you got some of these people that's manipulating paperwork too, and putting it out there and having people talk, and they don't know. They don't know people gonna go so far as to manipulate paperwork, but that's what people be doing. But this is a serious thing here. That lady touched my heart this morning, and I said, I'm gonna have to go live about this later. I can't go live all tonight or late at night. I can't do it because I be too tired, y'all. I gotta get my rest, but um. I needed to go live about this today because y'all know how I feel about Duck, and y'all know how I feel about all these young boys being murdered all over the world. It's just that people talk about Chicago so much because Chicago, the culture with the early rap artists and drill was they put everything on Facebook and they put everything on social media, not Facebook, I'm sorry, everything on social media and YouTube. So you have everything documented. So people talk about it. The other places, they just starting to document their stuff. This stuff is going back 10, 11, 12 years on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter. So this is, like I said, it's like 30 people, even people that I love to watch is live now, but I had to come on and say a few things. Hi, Brolic. What's up, King? Um, where is that? Where is that? Let me tell y'all some of the rest of these charges. Let me see something here. Count 2. The defendant's hearing knowingly used, carried, brandished, and discharged a firearm during and in relation to a crime of violence for which defendants may be prosecuted in a court of the United States, namely the murder of Carlton Weekly, aka FBG Duck, in violation of Title 18. Stating herein that they did cause the death of Carlton Weekly through the use of a firearm, in which killing was murder as defined in Title 18. So they are actually indicting them for conspiring and carrying out the murder of FBG Duck. And that they knowingly conspired to do it, which means it's premeditated, which means it's murder in the first degree. So they're telling you they're charging them with knowingly conspiring, which means they have proof for that. They don't just say things to be saying it. Listen, remember, y'all, people have such short-term memory. Bobby Shmurda got part of his indictment when he was convicted was the Instagram, some song and an Instagram post or something like that. And they used that against him in court. Peace, Prince. They used that against Bobby Schmurda in court, didn't he? We all seen that boy go to jail for 6 years. So 6 years ago, everybody who was talking online or on Instagram or in a song or on YouTube should have said, "Oh snap, this dude just got time," and they included that evidence. They said it on the news that was part of the evidence that indicted him. I gotta put some AC on because I'm hot as hell sitting here talking. I'm just hot. Hi, grind mode. I'm still in shock, grind mode. I'm still in shock. But I wanted to read some of this case, some of these indictments. Let me see what else I see in here, y'all. Because they're not saying in the news really going into detail about the indictments. This is page 9. I'm up to count 7. It's 7 counts here. Mostly weapons charges, special findings, intentionally participating in an act, contemplating that the life of a person would be taken, or intending that lethal force would be used in connection with a person other than one of the participants in the offense, and the victim died as a direct result of the act. So they're actually really accusing them of the murder of FBG Doug. Wait after King Von dies to go ahead and talk about how he murdered KI. I don't even that whole chaos situation just has me so confused. I haven't even I just said when the truth comes out, it comes out. That's what I say about all of this. I don't try to solve it. I don't try to put the pieces together because it's too confusing. It's too much going on. So it's just too much going on, y'all. It's just they just young. They was just too young to have these type of weapons and too young to be able to have to even live like that. You think it sounds like it's an informant? I don't know if it's that they have an informant or that during this year of investigation they found solid evidence. Because it could be, I, I mean, people have been getting arrested, but it's always a snitch. Could be, could be. But they was trying to say Boona, but Boona just got arrested. Like they didn't just hear something 3 days ago and decide to go by what he said. You know, it could have been people that nobody even knows probably was talking. Who knows? It could maybe it wasn't a rapper that talked. Maybe it was somebody nobody knows that talked. Nobody will really know nothing till the court case starts going on. And maybe if they identify themselves in the case or the paperwork comes out if somebody's talking. They had all that evidence to back up that they could have killed him. Something don't seem right because they wouldn't have waited. Oh, that's the way the feds move, honey. This is not local state police. This is not a local state police investigation. That the feds usually might take even longer than a year. They'll take up to 3 to 5 years if they have to get what they need. So they don't move like the regular police. Maybe dude that killed himself. Listen, when that story first came out, they were saying that the young boy Zell from O Block killed himself because listen, let me give y'all the background on the young boy, okay? He was related to allegedly, um, even if he wasn't related to them, he might have been very close to Scully, HK, T Roy, um, all of them are gone. Vaughn just died. You know what I'm saying? If you were a young boy and you was close to these 4 men, and in 4 or 5 years' time, all of them are gone, that's kind of difficult for a young man to handle. We got to look at that with Zell. Then they said something about his girl. I don't know. Maybe he was sensitive. Maybe he was getting close to his girl because he had lost all of those close people to him, and she did something that really hurt him. So I don't know if I would, unless somebody actually comes out and say they found a note about that or said that he was worried about being caught, I wouldn't just say that it was that why he killed himself. There was 3 or 4 other dudes within the past 3 months that have said to being killed themselves too, y'all. I mean, was this just too much for them to be handling? These guys are young. They living in a situation where they can't even go to the store without having to be worried about being killed. Think about it. Yeah, Mama Duck brought the NASA thing out. She said that the way when she said what she said, to me it seems like she was implying that maybe the grain and the quality of the video wasn't that good, and they sent it to NASA for forensic technology in order to really see that film really good. And I guess NASA did something and was able to uh, make that picture a little clearer for them. Okay, because she indicated that the video will play a part in having them get convicted. That's what she indicated. She didn't say that, but she kind of led towards that. ZTX, I don't know if you really know about federal and RICO charges, but a year is pretty fast for federal investigations for them to make arrests. Because these people make sure they dot all their I's and cross all their T's. Listen, this is why they brought the feds in the first place. They take time to build their cases. You are comparing this case to a local state case. It's not. These are the feds. This is the FBI. They don't do the things the same way. That's why they're two different agencies. They're not two different agencies just because they want to call one a certain out a CPD and the other one FBI. They are separate agencies for a reason. One investigation is more thorough and has a wider umbrella than the other. Y'all gotta get y'all emotions out of these things and learn from these situations, because they say if you keep on doing the same thing and expecting a different result, you must be insane, don't they? Well, we got a whole bunch of insane motherfuckers out here running around. They're crazy. Actually, no, ZTX. They're not quick to jump in the case. They have to see that there is a potential enterprise, a potential organization that's involved in doing menacing crimes and going against the law. And these people have been talking about the things they were doing online in videos, and you doing interviews on it. They didn't need much alert for them to put the radar on them, because they was talking about what they was doing. You gotta tell the truth here. Even if they wasn't telling the truth, the radar would have still been on them, y'all. Even if they was lying through their teeth, there would have been an investigation. Yeah, everybody's bringing up Boss Top. Everybody's bringing up Boss Top. But I'm gonna say this in Boss Top's defense, okay? Because I always put myself in people's positions before I say something. Now, look at Boss Top. He's in the middle of an up and rising area. They all friends. They all coming up. Dirk is getting there. He's becoming a mainstream artist, and they're on the same team, right? Allegedly. But they're also just used to having beefing with each other locally. This the South Side against somebody, one group against another group. Locally, without all the eyes of the public. Just them. So this is what they continuously doing, no matter how big or how far their antics are reaching other people, no matter how many people is reaching. They're still just in their mind as it's just them going at each other. You understand? Just that there's a potential now to make something of it. But they still have that same mentality of just dissing each other like they usually have been. So when he was being interviewed, he's still feeling he's still on a local level in his mindset. He's just talking. And that's just slipped out, y'all. It's not easy when you got all of this going for you. You have this excitement. Y'all know when you got this excitement with you and shit, and it's hard to stay grounded. Now, if it was just him and he had a whole crew that wasn't also getting ready to blow up, all of them had a team that they all was getting ready to blow up. So a lot of their mindsets, and they young, y'all got to pay attention to these details. If nobody's in their ear keeping them grounded, they're going to make some crazy ass decisions. Because these young people live in the moment. When you're young, you live in the moment. You don't think about the future or consequences. You're living for right now. How you feel right now. How people see you right now. How people trying to disrespect you right now. You're not thinking about what's going to happen or whatever your actions is going to cause. That's the difference between being young and between being mature and older, because you think about the moves you're making. You think about consequences. You think about how it's going to affect you if you do this. That's the difference between being a kid and being an adult. You ponder your moves first. You play chess, not checkers. And if you happen to be a special person, and you learn these things at a young age, that puts you 100% ahead of the game. Like that little 14-year-old young boy Quandel, that was on AK show the other day. He stopped talking to the guys before he died. He wasn't hanging around with them. And then for one of the members, I can't remember his name, he was disrespecting mom and dad. Duck did say in his song, if you don't see me with them no more, they turned on me. So that's what he said. Did he say that for a reason, or was he just trying to write a ball in a rhyme? We might never know. Yeah, well, that part was really, nobody liked that. You know what I mean? Nobody liked finding out from Mama Duck that nobody gave her a dime towards the funeral. This came out of her own mouth. Ain't nobody investigate that. And she held that in for almost a year more than a year, before she even told the public about that. So something happened that made her get upset. So these charges just look really serious, fam. I wanted to jump on here and talk about this for a minute. I was waiting for my sister to get up here, but I think she's busy. She probably got caught up. Okay, so when Duck died, before his gun jammed up on him, Cass was there. I'm going to tell y'all why everybody was feeling the way about Cash, if I'm looking at it from a different perspective. Because if you're looking at it from the outside, because y'all got to remember, these people are on camera. People are watching them, okay? And your man dies and you flashing all this money. You're talking about how happy you are. You didn't go to the funeral. You didn't give the mother no money for the funeral. Nobody heard you really say rest in peace. I'm speaking all facts here. I'm not lying. I'm speaking all facts. I'm just telling y'all what we were seeing from the outside. You did a song that Mama Duck questioned whether you was disrespecting her sons. Um, you danced in front of his cutout when he passed away. Now, this might just very well be Caster's personality and the way that he handles pain. But looking at it from the outside, people are going to feel away and think away. That's the only natural, y'all. That's only natural. If your friend dies and you know everybody's watching you and you want to do things, don't do it on camera. Do it in your own privacy. It's your life. You could do what you want, but your man just died, and you flashing more money than you were flashing before he died. How you got it? I don't know. It might not be how people think that you got it, but it looks away. It looks funny. And that's why people were thinking like that. I always don't know how to do this like a dummy. Let me get it for you, Queen. Hold on a minute. You gotta see things for what it is, like for real, for real. Like people on the outside looking in, that wasn't a good look. That wasn't a good look. What happened? How do I paste this in there? Wait, y'all. Because now all of a sudden, this is giving me problems. I know I saw it earlier. Hold on, Queen. I might have to email it to you. I'm going to email it to you because for some reason it's not letting me post it. Oh, here we go. There you go. No, but Mama Duck said they didn't come to the funeral and they didn't give a dime towards the funeral. And that the father said that he was going to leave money at the funeral home for the cremation at least. And he didn't. He left them, and then he said he went there and took it back. Come on, y'all got looking at all this. I'm not saying none of this is fact. I'm just saying from looking outside the perspective that it gave. That don't look like somebody who gave a shit about somebody who just passed away that was supposed to be close to them. That's why people was feeling that way. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying that's why people were feeling that way. I dropped it. You see the link? Hey, sissy.
Hey, hey.
What's going on?
I ain't doing nothing, child. I was trying to get everything straight. I didn't want to have to be putting you on hold and hold on a minute.
Um, oh yeah, they wasn't getting along for a while, I know. So what's up, sis? What's your take on all of this? What would you like to say?
um, I mean, the evidence speaks for itself. One thing, anybody that knows with common sense, the fans ain't coming to get you just to play around with you. And
Mm-hmm.
and and listening to you, like you said, no, we didn't hear anything about the drugs or anything like that. But see, what they like to do is they like to pile up things on you. So, of all things, what you think they was gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
Then did anybody think about, you know, it's not hard to get in people, phones and any of that. I don't care if you got a second, third, fourth, fifth phone. Some things is just that's just how it is, Queen. And I listened to her today, and like I said, it just brought tears to my eyes because that's the way I was looking at that lady pain. Like all of it is hurtful. You know what I'm saying? All of it is hurtful.
She
Period.
wears her pain. Her pain is transparent. You can feel her pain when she start talking.
Yeah. And for her, like that video, Mama Duck used to go, you know, a little longer, but just listening to that joint hurt me. I don't know, sis. It's sad all the way around.
It is. It really is. It really is. All the way around. Not just only for Duck thing. Duck's case is sad. All of it. It just makes me think of all of them. Like it gives a domino effect. Like all of these people. How Mama Duck felt. All of the mothers probably felt.
Right.
They just
Right.
didn't show it to us like Mama Duck show us her pain.
And then the thing that I can't say about her, one thing she's always said, she forgave him. And when I seen that today, and then she broke down again crying, it was like, dang, why? Like
Why we gotta go through this as a people? Why do mothers have to lose their children like this? Why? Why can't why do we have to do it to each other? But I just want to say one thing to Travis. Everybody was saying they got the money from the PPP loans. I'm not saying where they get the money. I'm just saying how it looks from the outside. The timing of it it made people feel like he was suspect. He wasn't showing that money before he died. I'm not saying he got that money because Duck died. For
right.
whatever reason why he had all that money, it still didn't look good at the time and where he was showing it off.
Exactly.
That's what
Exactly.
I'm
And
saying.
and that's what people were saying. Even if, for instance, if I got to arguing with with my close friend and something happened to them or her or him or whoever, I'm not going. I mean, yes, we show, everybody show more, like, they grieve in different ways. I just ain't see it. And I mean, that don't mean we had to see it, but it was like, what was it? Why was it so happy? Like, why was nothing? That's just my opinion. I didn't see nobody being really upset.
Right. And then, okay, let's put it this way. You had them flashing all this money and buying all these clothes and bags and whatever they was doing with their money. But then to hear now that nobody gave Mama Duck a dime towards Duck's funeral, what you think people gonna think? What you think people gonna think? You can't say you didn't have no money
Not at all. Not at all.
because you was flashing it.
And then you stated, Mama Duck, you left it and you took it back. Listen, it's nothing in this world that could have let me been like, oh, okay, well, let me go get this money. I need it back. Listen, whatever it was, whether it was 1,000, whether it was five, whatever you did with that money, I'm pretty sure it could have been replaced. That one could have been still sitting there for to help that lady. What was that bothered me a whole lot. I don't care who it was.
Mm-hmm. All of
Why
it was
take it
bad
back?
timing. All of it, Travis. All of it was bad time. The flashing of the money, the things the way they seemed to be ignoring that he passed away. Nobody said R.I.P. You barely had heard anybody say R.I.P. Them saying they were salty at him because he was moving wrong. Okay, I understand that, but we was looking for them what we feel like Duck would have did if it was them that passed away. That's what
Co-
everybody was looking for.
Correct. Correct. You got to think. One thing about Duck, he was loving. Like, look at how many people have been. When I say like the homeboys, that were homeless and or didn't have nowhere to go. He didn't ask Miss Sheena. What he did? Took them on in. You know what I'm saying? And then she got to loving them. Because she opened her house up to most of them. But that's my thing. Like, you know, man, it's so much, sis, that I,
These are people that be up in your house every day. They sleep in your bed. You look at them like they your sons, and your son passed
exactly.
away, and they acting like this. Travis, everybody keeps saying Cash and them all have money. Okay, they probably did all have money. What people were saying is they wasn't flashing this much money until after he died. That's what people are saying. That's what happened.
Right.
Ain't nobody saying they had more money, but the money that they was flashing was more after Duck died.
Period.
It's
Because if
on film, you can look at it yourself.
that's just like me being a grown adult, and okay, I might be doing something with my business. My children, no, they might not need for nothing, but if they ain't gonna just all of a sudden start flashing more money at this certain period of time, and I've been had money, yeah, I've been had money, I've been doing what I'm doing in my business or whatever, but all of a sudden now you flashing money,
Right.
it just
Listen.
didn't look good. Nobody's saying anything. We're saying what you showing us.
Right. Right. It don't matter how he got the money, or if he had the money before or not, or if he won the lotto. The point of the matter is the way that it looked to the public is why people were speaking the way that they were speaking. That's all I'm
Right,
saying.
right, right. And yeah, I like Travis say, I do agree. I do agree because I know, people was talking and saying, yeah, they was doing PPP loans. I like a million other people that ain't celebrities or ain't, got no light shined on them. They probably doing a lot of them doing PPP loans, but don't think that the federal people could catch up with them too. Anybody that did them. I mean, we're not just saying that, but I'm just saying like it still didn't look good. That didn't look good. It didn't look good.
And it's not that much immune getting, because I lost friends back to back in my life too. You know what I'm saying? I lost friends back to back in my life. And it was never no numbing effect like that. I felt bad every time. I felt bad. I mean, I didn't, people portray their pain in a different way, but you in the public. And while you're doing this in the public, people are going to judge you.
Exactly. 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 Even if I had to be quiet or carried myself a different way, I ain't have to be happy, sad. I could have carried it still in a different way and could have went home and been totally opposite or whatever. I would have known what I went through. I'm not gonna show the world that like show them suspect, you know, um what I want to say, vibes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Right,
gonna give
right.
y'all that. I'm
You're
not
not
gonna
going
give
to
y'all
be
that.
someone that's going to give that type of idea in honor of your homeboy. You're not going to do that. That's just questionable behavior, and that's what people were doing. They were asking questions. Yes, you got some people that accuse out of their emotions and they say things, but none of us could really say that that's what happened. We're just saying
Right.
the optics were all wrong, right, Steve? The optics was wrong.
Yeah.
It didn't match to us. So
And then again, you're right. A lot of interviews was done, and I was sad, and I just couldn't believe in it. You speaking it, but where were the actions? Like what? You seen some people. When it came to other deaths and other things, some people didn't even come on media. Some people didn't do any. You know what I'm saying? It was just
mhm.
like you wouldn't have never known if they was happy, sad, giving a party or
Right.
nothing. Because what did they do? They didn't come on media. They didn't post. They didn't do anything.
Right, right, right. It's a matter of standards. You know what I'm saying? In respect to your man, in respect to someone who passed away that was that close to you. Even at one point, look at the things y'all accomplished, all the things y'all went through. And me, basically, what I was saying to myself is, I don't think that Duck would have took their deaths like that and played around with it like that.
Man, listen, Duck would have been. Man, look, everybody that knew Duck knew of him. He wouldn't even been playing no games like that.
Look at Dex, sis. Look at Dex. We was talking about Dex earlier. Look
Man,
at Dex. Dex almost killed himself. He almost.
man, listen. It was like that's all he had, man. That man take it. Who was there for him when he lost them people? Duck.
Yeah.
Duck. If Duck was still here, that man wouldn't have been looking nowhere near what he looking. He done took that hard, and people not understand. Oh, he did see that. Y'all don't know what people go through. Y'all don't know what nobody, what I'm saying, how to be a rock. It's just everybody have an opinion, and I understand it, but
Listen, everybody watch everybody. We ain't gonna sit here in front like nobody don't watch people who are in the spotlight. They was in the spotlight, especially after Duck's death. because people wanted to see how they felt. People was trying to connect with them on how they was feeling, and they couldn't get a connection. So they began to get suspicious. And that's just natural. And like you just said, yeah, anybody could sit there and say they sad. It's about somebody being dead, but they was disrespecting his mother and it seemed like they were saying something about Wooski. I don't know if they were saying really meant it that way or it was twisted, but like I said, it's how everything is perceived. Perception is everything.
Everything. I don't get it, sis. I don't get it. I just the way we grow up and the way that it's just it's unreal.
Right. That don't mean people is right. But it's just saying the way that it looked, that's the way people felt. Like what the hell is going on?
Exactly. It's sad, man. Cause
Yeah, I wasn't
I
sure
just keep
yet if I could really, it did seem like he was talking about ding, 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 the price is right. Like that wasn't, even if he didn't mean that, that's what I'm saying. Like your behavior gave people the very ideas that you mad that they talking about and that
right,
everybody's questioning. Those
right.
ideas came from them.
Sure did.
So, I don't know.
I'm like I said, one thing about federal, if any, it don't matter. I'm pretty sure everybody knows somebody that I went through it. I've never seen nobody that came through and them feds ain't playing. They not coming through and be like, oh, I heard or no. They got what they need.
They got what they need. And like I was telling Duck Case earlier, I was surprised that they even came out this earlier accusing anybody, whoever it would have been. I was surprised that they did it so fast. That's kind of fast for a Fed case.
I don't know. I mean, because one thing I did, like I said, when I looked at Mama Duck, and she's one thing that stuck out to me when she was speaking on it, and she never said nothing. She said one thing. She said, "Y'all were messy," and they've been sticking with
Mhm.
me ever since she did that. When she started, vlogging and stuff. She said that. She said, "Y'all was some messy MFers," and it just stuck with me. I was like, whoever did it, for one, I couldn't have did nothing like that no broad daylight period. Whether I wanted you or not, that's just nothing I wouldn't have did. But again, listening to what she said, if she said that, of course, like I said, she knew, what was going on. She probably, couldn't speak on a lot of things, but that stuck with me for the longest time. When she said that, I was like, oh yeah, they gonna get them.
Yeah, she couldn't really divulge too much information because she would have been hindering the case.
Oh yeah,
She
oh
couldn't
yeah,
say, she was saying as much as she could say.
right, right.
And then
Cause
again,
I'm not gonna mess. Had that been me, you're right. I ain't nothing, And then like today, she even said, "Can I say something? Can I let the people know?" They told her, "Yeah." Eventually they, even if what if she hadn't said nothing? The people, the O Block was going, so and so locked up, so and so. People was recording and men out there and everything. Them people was out there, big things. You feel me? They ain't come out there to
Mhm.
play.
Listen, y'all gotta understand when you're in the public light, you're gonna be scrutinized.
Yeah.
You're gonna be scrutinized, and people really loved Duck. People was looking for, to. That's why Fanny Boy blew up the way he did, because people was looking for people who seemed to be affected by what happened to him, like they was. So he handled it all wrong. He went too far with his popularity that he had, but at first, when he came out, a lot of people wanted to hear somebody say something in Duck's defense because he was getting dissed all over the place, and nobody
All
wasn't
over the
saying nothing.
place. All over the place, sis.
Yeah, and nobody wasn't saying nothing. What's up, King? You want me to drop the link? Yeah. So I know Duck Case did a he was doing his little investigation.
I know, man. I was watching him. I've been following Duck Case. I think he had like 100 and about 10, 12 people, and he just, and I understood like, his, because sometimes I be wanting to go back and look at, but I understand, what he had to do as well. But he was he was dead on. I mean, and I was like, dang. And, I just appreciate people that really, love and know that. And what hurt me the most, though, sis, is that
Mhm.
these children, y'all, they got to look at all this when they get older. You think that I don't care as long as some put on media, it's never going to go away. Even if they take it down and somebody's going to still record it, they're going to do this. Them children have to see this when
Mhm.
it comes to all of them, they had children.
And that energy that was there with them going back and forth and everybody reacting to this one said this and that one said that in the songs, that captured the essence of hip hop because that's how hip hop began. It was competition. But it just so happened that they had incorporated somehow the gang mentality in it, and it just turned into a big mess, man. They were saying that somebody was whispering in somebody else's ear when Cash was with Wooski that time after Duck got killed, and that Wooski had a gun on him or something like that. I don't know about all these details and all of that. I don't
Oh,
really
me
know
neither,
much
sis.
about
I
that.
I
But
do know that he's out the way, and I'm kind of glad of that, you know. But people,
mm,
sis, it really hit me though. It really hit me because like the lady, man.
hmm I wish I could just be there just to hug her when she be crying like that, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. I said I'm thinking like, if I can only be there, like I don't want no detail. I don't want no anything. I just want to just hug you, let you know you loved. All of the mothers, like I can only imagine, cause Lord Jesus, I don't want to. I can't imagine, and that's why I say I love Wanda. Like, she's strong as I don't know what. There's no way. Like
hmm
that's a hurtful thing, man. Like, ooh,
Very hurtful, very hurtful. And R.I.P. to David and R.I.P. to Junebug.
yeah.
Um,
I think Wooski's still rapping too. I just think he just out the way. I really, you know, I'm just hoping he go that, stay that way.
I just hope that nothing happens to him and he finds something to do with his life.
Right. Well, I mean, one thing about it, it's like some of them, they just couldn't stay off social media. That was what was wrong with them.
Because that was the culture. That was part of the cultures, the music. It was the taunting each other. It was the talking about smoking on somebody who passed away. That all was a culture. You know what I'm saying? Is a culture. So
Right. Right. I ain't never in my life. I've never. That was just crazy. Like, you know, and you see different states now, they doing it. And then when they find out, hey, this is what this mean, oh, okay, you just following. You don't even know what you're doing. Like, I'm
hmm
not gonna just pick up and be like, oh yeah, I'm smoking so and so. What?
you don't even know about the culture. You just talking to be talking.
Yep. And you see how many people have apologized, and just because that just was something they were saying, you thought it was cool, and no, people weren't playing about that. It was a couple people that apologized. You know what I'm saying? Especially the duck. Duck ain't play that.
hmm And now that he going, it's just so sad, man. It's just so
It's like I
sad.
can't even like. It's like my day ain't been all the way together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it hits, and people don't realize. Yeah, it affects a lot of people.
It does.
You don't have to be in Chicago, for it. It's uh
Here's a link. That case, if you want to hop on there, go to link. I was gonna play Mama Duck like, but you know what? I can't even watch that again.
no, no. There's a lot of things been popping up since I ain't really been. I don't wanna. I know the day in the mall and probably the next day it gonna be, that's all you gonna be hearing. All reading and I ain't I'm good. It was
Mm,
just shocking. I know she relieved, hurt, memories, asking questions, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. I get it, mama. Like any other mamas, I get it. But
I get it too. Any mother get that. Any mother get the way that she puts her pain on the table.
right, right.
Yes, it is the guilty conscience, I think. But I feel bad for that young boy Zell too. I feel like if they were all in better circumstances, they might have had a better chances. You know what I'm
And that's why
saying?
I'm like, I don't know if it's because he may have known, hey, where it's gonna come down to this. Or I know today, he probably knew something, But that's crazy. I was like, somebody had mentioned it, and like I said, I can't remember because sometimes I might listen to some people live, but I didn't even know. I had heard that they claimed that allegedly one of the killers was locked up, but I never knew that it was him, and I never knew that he was the one who took his life. To she said that today. I was like, what?
Yeah, the little boy Zell. And he also was dealing with probably seeing Louis like that because I think they all come from the same family, cousins or brothers. That's a lot of hurt for a young boy to have lost four people and one is injured. Not probably not the same because Louis got shot in his head.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she do have a big heart. She do. Well, Queen, after you realize that harboring hatred is not going to make you feel any better, you have to release that hatred because when you hold on to it, it makes you miserable.
It does. It does. You can't move on. You
You
can't
can't
move on.
move on.
You can. You think you can, but I don't hate nobody. I might hate some acts that people do. I might hate things that people say, but I have to forgive. And that's dealing with my own life, like things that go on, and you know I just have to forgive them because me putting more energy saying, "Oh my goodness, I gotta let it go." Once I say what I say, let it go and just keep on going.
Facts.
And as bad as you want to be like, I'm gonna hate this person forever, or I wish this person. No, I don't, cause that's not what nobody wants.
Right. Slutty passed away. Louis got shot and he's still alive. But Slutty passed away with Vaughn. He got
Right.
killed that night with Vaughn. And
I I get you, Mary. I feel you 110%. And I'm not saying that that's something that I would have jumped on and been like, okay, it just come with time, like I, you know, I forgive them. They gonna be caught. That's just something that I would just be believing in.
let me tell you, sis, if people don't get it together, it's just gonna keep on this terrible cycle, and we just gonna be going through this, watching these kids kill each other. It's like a damn scary movie. That's what it feel like.
But I like the way that like L.A. Capone, Mama Doug. I like the way that they're getting the grandchildren together. Because that's gonna make a difference.
I
Um,
hope that it does because they were really, really trying. You think that was easy for them? I know
no,
it wasn't easy. So,
no,
they was trying. Why can't people pick up and respect their energy instead of trying to keep all this stuff going?
and that's all it seemed like they want, sis, for it to keep going. I
Listen.
just,
Mhm.
it just could have. Listen, all them, like I look at things like I said in different states, different, and even here, like we got all of us went to school together, and we have children that be like, oh, well, they don't like this. Let me tell you something, and I'm grateful, that none of my children been like that. But I wish I would get the parents, as far as the women, and bring them together. And I lie to you not. I would get out there and be like, girl, look, I be hitting them upside their head. But you went to school. What is the problem? Y'all
Mm-hmm.
beefing over a block, this block, that block, this block, and they 2, 3 blocks over, but y'all went to the same school. Y'all played in the band together, played football together, rode to school, but y'all got this much hatred for each other now because of what?
Because they don't put guns in their hands instead of letting them fight.
Exactly.
They don't put guns in their hands and made it become murder. They know what they was doing. They studied
And like I said,
behavioral science. They do social engineering. They have these social engineering schemes. They know exactly what the hell they be doing.
and they ain't going out here buying them. So who putting them in their hands? Sure.
That's fact. That's facts, Mary Jo. They do need to do something about it. I think they will now that all of this information has come out. Oh, look at Y100s. Hi.
Queen, how you doing?
What's up? How you been?
Been all right, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to stay safe and all that. What's going
Okay.
on? What's going on with the panel? I've been listening a little bit, but I'm a little, I'm currently at work, but I'm still trying to, listen to see what you got going on and
Yeah,
everything like that.
we was just throwing around, just discussing it because I think we all felt pretty emotional today about the old block being indicted and finally putting an end to this mystery or beginning to close it out. And people are wondering what else is going to come out. I know it's going to be a lot of other things that's going to come out behind this 100.
Well,
He fell off. Miss Reg, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I was gonna mute up so I can, listen to him talk.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't think it's even the people's ZTX. I think it's the way they designed it to be. Yeah,
okay,
Yeah.
100.
I don't know what happened there, but
That's
I just want to say, I mean, to just keep it thorough. I think if you from here, you kind of already knew who did what. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't for us. You know what I'm saying? Not to really, you know, be on here dry snitching or nothing like that. But we kind of already knew. I guess if you're from here, you know. So it's
mm-hmm.
almost like it's kind of like we kind of already knew. It just boiled down to proof. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, man, I get what you're saying about that. I get what you're saying about that. Trying to come to some type of peace and resolution. But I think on both sides, you know what I'm saying. Both sides have taken losses. It's hard to tell somebody to forgive somebody and put the guns down and try to move on when somebody 2 blocks over and took your loved one. You know what I'm saying?
But see, this is when it comes to looking at things collectively instead of individually and concentrating on your own pain. As collectively, if we don't do something about it, more people are going to get hurt. So is that letting your family member or friend die in vain by continuing this monstrosities and all of this carnage in the name of them?
I mean, I agree with you. Like I agree with you. I'm not trying to what I'm saying, go against you what you're saying.
No, I
I
know what
do.
you're saying. I
I
know what you're
I,
saying.
I respect the mothers and Mama Capone and Duck and little Mister Mama and all of them who get together and do all that. I respect them. You know what I'm saying? Because some of the killers of their sons, might be that woman's, might be that man's mother. You know what I'm saying? And they
Right.
might be standing next to the man who was responsible for killing your son. So it take real strength from them black women to do what they do. I'm
I'm gonna
just
tell you
saying.
what it is. I'm gonna tell you what it is. They did that for the greater good, and that's how everybody's gonna have to think if it's gonna stop. And not just Chicago, every doggone where they acting up. Because right now, St. Louis is the murder capital. It's just that they're not putting all of the details on YouTube or Instagram. You understand? 100.
Right. Right, I get what you're saying, but you got to think too. A lot of the other cities, they kind of, for whatever reason, they look up to us. The drill scene, they smoking on somebody, they online laughing at who done got killed. That's kind of like what's going on down there in Jacksonville, Florida. You know what I'm saying, with Young and Ace and Fulio, and then out there where you at in Brooklyn with the Woos and the Chos and
All right.
all them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody want to get in on this because they feel like, if everybody know I'm a killer, if everybody know I'm a shooter, that can help my rap career. That people will believe what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? People will buy my record. So I don't really think. I think the rap got something to do with it too. I think that, man, if it could come down to the consumer. You know what I'm saying? If people say, "Hey, man,
Exactly.
I'm not buying this black on black violence no more. I don't want to hear you smoking on nobody. I want to hear a dance song um, or some rapping about something else like Nas. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
like how Nas can rap about the community and all that stuff, and I don't want to hear that no more. And then that don't actually start selling, then that'll force the artist to talk about something else. So, man, it's
Exactly.
everybody got their hand in something that they can do to make a change. You know what I'm saying? The fans can make the biggest change by saying we not supporting that. And if you rap that, we not buying that, and you're not gonna go gold, you're not gonna go platinum, you're not gonna sell no records, you're not gonna do nothing. So the fans got to get their stuff together too. It ain't just these dudes out here shooting.
I
They got
And
to
agree
get
it's
their stuff
true.
together
100%.
too.
I said that before. I agree. I
But
say
if
that
y'all
almost every live I do. I totally agree with you.
now, Queen, if y'all think about it, a while ago when they said that Dirk music, like they claim, whatever, allegedly he fell off. Why? Because his music had switched. When his music switched, didn't nobody listen to him, didn't nobody buy it. But then when he went back to doing what he was doing, guess what? He just started rising on back up. Why do we have to, listen to the negativity in order for this to? I won't put up on music like this. We couldn't get down to nothing like this. That ain't nothing for us to vibe to, or I don't know. I
Right.
can't.
You can't party to people dying and people smoking on each other, jumping around partying to that.
Right, but at the same time, the women got to get their stuff together too, because when you tell city girls who run around here talking about it's okay to use niggas for money, and you know what I'm saying, if he ain't got a Benz, I can't be with him. And
True.
they calling each other bitches and hoes, and I want to pop this pussy, and I want to run a nigga pockets, and now they got every young black women out there thinking that they okay. You will let me just start using these dudes. They mess around, they start having sex when they're not supposed to. Now they having babies, got to take care of them by themselves. Like it's a lot to go around too. We ain't talking about just these guys, these city girls, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. Look at
Well,
the
listen,
images they
honey,
putting
we
out. They
got to
gotta
do
they
a
gotta
whole
clean it
nother
up
show.
too.
We got to do a whole nother show on them. Right now, we was just talking about and concentrating on this
Oh,
indictment.
okay,
We
okay,
not leaving
okay,
them out, and we not saying that they don't play a part. They do play a part. They just didn't come up on this conversation because we talking about men losing their lives. And if
okay,
this is not going to let these females wake up by seeing all of this happen to their generation, in their generation, for them to clean it up, yes, I agree with you on that as well. They got to
That's
clean that
right.
shit up too. But right now, we talking about death. We talking about these kids dying and going to jail for years and years and years. This is
right.
out of control.
I get what you're saying. I agree with you. I just feel like, I always tell people, what I'm saying, I'm a little bit older. I always try to tell them, the biggest gangsters is the ones you don't know about. Everybody talk a lot
Exactly.
about Frank Lucas and Pee Wee Kirkland, and they talk about all the, Bumpy Johnson. Everybody talk about the old gangsters and Nicky Barnes, but it's the ones that never got away, who never promoting it, who you never see them do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Them the ones that live to be an old age, old man, and all that. So I mean, some of the youngsters got to wake up too. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be killing each other, because it's hard for me to tell somebody how to deal with their pain, but at the same time, jumping on the internet talking about you smoking somebody, you asking to go to jail, like you asking for it.
Well, the first thing we got to do is learn how to deal with our differences, and instead of wanting to kill each other. Because, God damn it, we got the whole damn world is trying to kill us. So it's not good for us to be sitting there talking about we want to kill each other. It's certain cases, yeah, like where you feel like somebody molested your child, somebody messed with your mother. You know what I mean?
Right,
But
right,
these
right.
type of things here, listen, y'all need to be men and learn how to discuss your problems and your disagreements because we got a greater situation now that we dealing with here. And y'all are not looking too brave on that real war. But on this one that has been fabricated for y'all and have been set as a trap for y'all, y'all go all in with that because it's against each other. But it's time for us to wake the hell up. It's not all right for us to kill each other. We got too damn many people trying to kill us.
Well, I get what you're saying. I do. I get what you're saying and all that. I just, I just feel like, it's just a hard thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to look at, you dealing with a bunch of kids from old block, who a lot of them, got single mothers. Ain't no fathers over there because you can't have none in the projects. So you got that problem. You got the kids raise the kids kill the kids. Whoever left, they left, and they still left fatherless. So it's really a losing game for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And the best way to wake people up, man, is to give people some type of hope and opportunity. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it ain't no opportunities really out here. It ain't really opportunities out here. Every block, you gotta, and really it ain't nowhere safe. It ain't nowhere safe. People thought the Gold Coast was safe. Now that happened. Now you put a gun. You know what I'm saying? You put, whether you supposed to have it or not, you put your gun everywhere because everybody thought the Gold Coast was safe. Everybody thought that could happen down there. That shit didn't happen, man. Nowhere is safe in this city. And that's sad, man. That's sad.
Very
You get
sad.
around your
Very
own
sad.
people, man. You be scared, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about, Travis, and that's what I'm talking about, 100s and Travis. We need to learn how to each individually be leaders. That's what because we can't. We got to get out of this Jesus complex that we need a leader, and we need to understand what the greater good is. All of our responsibility, not just one person coming to lead us. We all know what's right from wrong. We all do. We all need to step it up and become leaders individually because every time we have a leader and that leader is taken away, the whole movement is gone. So we can't keep doing the
But,
same thing and expecting a different result.
right. But I always felt like a leader should never be somebody that's has a blue check mark or somebody that speak for the masses. Leaders should be somebody that you can see and wake up to and see this man every day in your neighborhood making the changes necessary. Somebody that's on the
You be
boots
a
on the
leader
ground
in
with the
your
people. I'm
home
not.
environment.
Yeah.
Travis be a
Right.
leader in
Right.
his environment. Queen be a leader in
Right.
her environment. ZPX
Absolutely.
his, Miss Red and hers, Wanda and hers. We, we, but one person is no, it's not one person. You be a leader. I be a leader. 100 be a leader. Everybody be a damn leader. Stop giving the responsibility to one person.
Right, right. It's putting too much. It's and if you think about it, you can overwhelm somebody with that. Like, that's why a lot of people that they be like, "That's my idol." You hear a lot of people be like, "No, I don't want to be your idol." Look at me like, what I'm saying, like you would look at yourself. You be the leader. Like, build yourself up. Like, and they telling the truth. Yeah, we all can be leaders. We all listen. There's nothing else that I've never heard. There was more truth than anything in the world when they say we come together, we stronger. Like no one can do anything if we come together. We are just out there. And nothing nobody number can do with us.
It's just exactly, but we don't have that mentality. We've been conditioned that one person is going to come and save the day, and that's never, ever, ever, never going to happen. Ever.
I'm trying to figure out who would that one be. One where, like what state, what city, what.
Everybody got to step it up and get out of this slumber and waiting
Yep.
for
Well,
somebody else to be
100%.
responsible for saving us. I'm serious. Otherwise, we just gonna die off. And people don't like to hear that, but we can't be sitting around waiting for somebody to come and help us get out of our own problems. We
Man,
all have to step it the hell up. The kids are dying. We can't
yeah,
even
we
step it up for the kids.
That's right. That's right.
And Travis brought up something too.
It's so many layers.
So many layers of conditioning. But you know what? One person take care of one layer and they home. They teach their kids. Another person is teaching their kids. And we can break it up like that. But if everybody has the same ignorant mentality and co-signing the same ignorance that has us down at the bottom, then we ain't gonna never get out of this damn hole. We just gonna be stuck here.
Until until black folks get the same type of freedom that the LGBT community get, because you can't rap like that about them on the radio. You can't talk nothing like that about them on the radio. Be smart
Because
on
they
the
serve an agenda. We
radio
never gonna have it
until
that
we get
easy.
to. But what I'm saying is, I'm saying that whether they serve an agenda or not, they got people and self respect. You gonna respect them one way or another. You know what I'm saying? They gonna get it by any means necessary.
And
Until
that's
black
because
people, until we come up with our own way of self love and self respect, we ain't gonna have that.
right, and that's
And
because
that's on all
Exactly.
boards.
they demanding that. They sticking together and saying we're not going to accept this. What are we doing?
We not doing that. We going, this one is a demon. And that one's a demon. Oh, this nigga got this many bodies. That's not we not doing none of that.
Right.
And then when you talk about it, people get mad and you this and you that and you no, we trying to help us. Help us, help us. Ain't nobody gonna help us. Should we just sit back and just let everybody just knock each other off then? That we just might as well just walk on down to the cemetery, like I said. If
Yeah,
we gonna do that,
line up by ourselves.
it's crazy out here. It's sad. It's real sad.
And then they get upset, talking about, yeah, we can't talk about this, we can't talk about them, we can't. Like I said, they put their foot down, they not allowing it. They want the respect, they want this, they want that, and guess what? What's happening? They getting it. So you mean to tell me we can't? Who say so?
These are the 7 counts. I got all the 7 counts in one. I'm gonna read it to y'all real quick.
Okay,
All five defendants: C. Murder, Kenny Mack, Los Mona, C. Thing, and Muwap are charged with count 1, murder, killing Duck; count 2, unlawful use of firearms, shooting downtown; count 3, racketeering, conspiracy charge. This charge ties it all to the gang. Assault, count 4, assault with dangerous weapons, shooting the girl who shot back; count 5, unlawful use of firearm, shooting downtown; count 6, assault with dangerous weapons, shooting the innocent bystander; count 7, unlawful use of firearm, shooting downtown. The main thing they saying is shooting downtown, ain't they?
All right, on.
downtown is on at the end of everything, ain't it?
That's right.
Downtown, downtown, downtown.
Shit is crazy.
But I'll tell you what though, I kind of knew though it was gonna happen. I think that, and I hate to say it, but this the truth. Had they killed them boys, had they killed Duck on or in the hundreds or over east or west, they never fucked them boys. The fact that that shit happened in the most expensive place in the city, and the fact that you didn't scare these folks, they not going for it. They not going. They was gonna get to the bottom of this. They want their community safe.
That's
They
right.
don't give a damn about us. This ain't got nothing to do with justice for Duck. This got to do with everything with securing the bag. It's
Thank you.
millions of dollars downtown.
Thank you.
Millions. They not about to let these boys come down there and tear their shit up. Man,
That's
come on,
right.
man. If y'all don't know, man, if they would have killed that boy anywhere else, they would all be free right now. They chose the wrong area.
That's
Not,
what I
not me
told them.
personally.
I
They
was
shouldn't have
telling
did it
them
anyway.
that months ago. I told them that happened in New York City with the mob. As long as John Gotti was killing people in Queens and in Brooklyn, it was all good. But when they went over there to the city, to near Fifth Avenue, in that expensive rich restaurant and killed Paul Castellano, that's when the feds brought the RICO charges on.
Yep. I seen that. I seen that on TV. I seen all that on there. And that's what
So
it's all about. That's what it's all about. Just like they said, if that was the case, it would have been a whole lot of more murders solved. A lot of them. All of them that's South Chicago that we see about and the people read about. Tuka and all of them would have been solved.
All of them. Stephen, what question was you saying? I'm sorry, I didn't see it. Yeah, that's what it is. When you start messing with them rich people money, when these dudes in New York City used to go to the Diamond District and be robbing them jewelry stores, the Diamond District, and snatching all them rich white men with their suitcases, snatching all their shit. That's when the rules started changing over here.
and in short, that's what happened. Like long live Duck. You know what I'm saying? Long live Duck, long live all them boys. Cause to me, it ain't really about no side. The point is, I feel for his mother. You know what I'm saying? She done lost down there all her children. You know what I'm saying? She done lost. I just be feeling like what's happening now? On the internet, you got and more up and people, they still going at each other back and forth, accusing each other of snitching and all that stuff. So they still keeping it up on the internet. But who knows? Because it don't seem like this is over.
I don't think so either, 100. I think something else. Yeah, that was why the feds got involved. Stephen, I'm sorry, 100. That was why they got involved, Stephen. But also, they found out that more things were going on besides what they were investigating, and they wanted to put it all under one umbrella, and that's what they do. And that's when they start using the racketeering option to indict people. They still was getting robbed out there in the Gold Coast and getting shot after that happened. But I get more things started happening after Duck too. So you know, people was on the news talking about they leaving.
Uh, right? They under. Yeah, I know. I know a lot of stuff. I'm reading what I'm saying. You said a lot of stuff. Yeah, I know that. But what I'm saying was blatant. This was so ruthless. Like this job was arrest, broad daylight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this wasn't. Nah, the way that this murder happened was crazy. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
four
Like, nah,
thirty
they
in the
had to get these
afternoon.
boys off the street.
Yeah, 4:30
Yeah,
in the
they had to get
afternoon.
these people.
4:30 in the afternoon. A whole bunch of people shopping. What? 50 shots. That's crazy. That's like shooting somebody up on Rodeo Drive. People get robbed every week in the Gold Coast, and cases go unsolved. Damn. You still there, 100? That's right.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm on mute, sis. I'm charging my phone.
Oh, okay. I think 100's got knocked out. He was
He
still
probably was.
talking.
Yeah, he was a little choppy, but um, man, that's
It seemed like they was thirsty to get him, Travis. It really did.
yeah.
But guys, I'm going on almost 2 hours on here. I'm gonna try to give 100 a chance to come back in. 'Cause I know he be driving around on his little truck thing,
Right.
and when he go to a different area, he gets knocked off. But he hasn't made his points. Like he ain't lying about what they did in the Gold Coast. Everybody was saying that for the whole year. Everybody was saying this was gonna happen. It's just that if people are probably just still shocked anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's some people that really want to express themselves. What I'm saying? You may see some people that never jumped on live, just to express themselves because they've been holding things in, looking at different, people speak on it. And it's not that we know 100% facts, but one thing, like I said, I do know when folks come, they coming because they know what they doing, they know what they got. They ain't playing with you, period. So,
Yep.
whatever else come out, like I said, one thing, they ain't seal it because it may go to 2, 3 more states. We don't know how far that's gonna lead.
That's a fact, sis. We don't know where this is gonna go.
And I'm not, I ain't not saying that um, I won't be shocked, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be folks that we probably have no idea and be like, what? Like I
Well,
said, it's
Mama Duck had said that like a month back. She was like, I can't wait for y'all to find out the whole story. Was y'all gonna be shocked?
I think it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. I really do believe that. Like I said, it's traveling. It's traveling. And the people that think they may be in the clear, it's coming, honey. It's coming.
No, I think everybody running scared now because I don't think they knew, sis, that they was gonna do this with O Block. I don't think they thought it was gonna happen.
Mm-mm. Nope. Nope.
Some people really didn't think this would ever happen.
No.
Now you got all of these boys over there. It's a lot of people over there in O Block. It's a apartment complex. They just seeing people either get shot or go into jail. What are the young kids looking up to?
Hmm. You too, Wild 100.
You too, King. Have a good night. It's sad, man. I just hope that this all that went down and at the ending of towards the wrapping up of this situation that has been going on for the past 10, 11 years, I hope that the youth will try to take another direction.
Yeah.
That's what I hope.
Yeah. And I pray, that the grandparents keep pushing, towards them being like, their parents was, I really do.
Yeah, I see your message now, Queen. But I'm gonna get off, y'all. I've been on here almost 2 hours, and my doggone eyes is bothering me now, burning. I'm tired as hell. Hell yeah, Travis, they lost. Hell yeah. And like one just was saying, they don't have no father figures, and that's on purpose. They did that on purpose, y'all, to these kids.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
I would like to see them be held accountable. I would really like that.
Most definitely.
But
I'm
anyways, hmm
yeah, I was saying my phone going dead because I've been running around. I ain't even charge it, but I'm still here listening. And if you do, like I said, sis, it's just crazy. I don't know. The day just been really rough.
it's been foggy for me. It's been real, real foggy. I didn't think it would affect me like this. It was no way for me to anticipate the way I feel.
Right.
Yeah, that case, you didn't get on here. He talking about you getting off. You didn't get up here with us.
Yeah, we dropped the link.
We dropped the link. You want me to drop it again? Let me drop it again. Okay, somebody just sent me something. Oh Lord, I hope it's not some bullshit. I'm so tired of bullshit right now. I'll probably get off the case because me and Miss Red been up here talking our stuff, and we tired.
You could have came on up here.
He said he loved listening to us. So you want us to talk till you go to sleep or something?
Right.
I don't know, guys. There's got to be a better way for us, man. It's just been too sad these past 3, 4 years, man. It's been horrible, horrible. We got to do better. But
Crazy
anyway,
thing is,
Huh, Queen?
I wouldn't wish this on no one. I don't care what nobody say.
Me neither. What a laugh. In that case. We out of here, y'all. We'll talk to y'all. Y'all stay up, stay blessed, and stay aware. Please. Let's get it together out here. You want to say something, Miss Red?
I appreciate y'all. Stay up, and it's gonna get better.
It can't get no worse. Shit. Peace and love, y'all.